Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is still struggling at this massive area of resistance in the immediate short term as we're continuing to see more and more liquidity building just below the price of Bitcoin that we cannot ignore. So has my prediction changed over the last one day? Well, in just a moment, I'll be sharing what is likely about to happen next for the price of Bitcoin and, of course, Ethereum still struggling at this massive area of resistance here in the short term, while the price of XRP, at least for now, is continuing to hold above this crucial line of support in the immediate short term. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the weekly Bitcoin price chart, because of course the stock market has indeed closed for the weekend as usual. So we're likely going to see a bit of indecisiveness for Bitcoin and crypto over the weekend, which I'll talk about in just a moment in the smaller timeframes in the short term. But right now on the weekly Bitcoin price chart, of course, the super trend indicator is still sitting in the red, and we're also still technically playing out the massive bearish divergence here on the weekly time frame. But just in the somewhat short to mid term here, of course, we're also playing out an oversold signal in the weekly Bitcoin RSI. So basically right now we're potentially in a very similar situation to what we saw around middle of 2022. Obviously we're playing out a massive bearish divergence throughout 2022 in a larger bearish trend, also known as a bear market, very similar to what we've seen since around October last year. And then once again, what we saw in the middle of 2022 was a massive dump into an oversold signal in the weekly Bitcoin RSI. And then over the next multiple weeks, in fact, for a little over a month, we're playing out a relief, a bullish relief, just a shorter term break in the short to mid term from the larger bearish trend or the larger bear market. But that oversold signal was not necessarily a bottom signal. It is still possible we can go lower later on after we first play out a bit more of a relief. So once again, that is still the situation on the weekly time frame here. And if we're taking a look at the 3-day Bitcoin price chart right now, once again, we're still trying to play out this oversold signal in the 3-day Bitcoin RSI, as I've been talking about every day for around 1.5 months now, since basically this local low. Obviously, I have been talking about this relief coming next, which obviously is perfectly playing out here and is still the case. Could potentially still be the case over the next multiple weeks, trying to push up against this resistance within the next couple of weeks. But of course, that's different from perhaps what we could be expecting over the next couple of days or the next half a week. So once again, understand the difference between the different time frames. But right now, that is still the situation on the 3-day time frame. But of course, we still have a lot of resistance in this area in between around 72,000 to 76,000. And if we're zooming further into the short term, taking a look at the 4-hour Bitcoin price chart, obviously right now in the immediate short term, the price of Bitcoin is bouncing between this short-term support and this short-term resistance. So right now we still have a lot of support in this area sitting in between 69,000 to 69.5k, and we have a lot of resistance in this area in between 71,000 to 72,000. And obviously over the last 1 to 2 days, we've perfectly now seen yet another perfect bounce from this exact area of support, and of course another perfect rejection and continuing to struggle from this exact area of resistance. Now obviously in my last video just yesterday, I said there's an increasing risk of a potential break towards the downside, which might still be the case, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But now that the stock market is indeed closed for, of course, the remainder of the weekend as usual, it's likely that while the stock market's closed, we could potentially see a bit of indecisiveness just for the weekend for the Bitcoin and crypto market, while basically crypto is waiting to see what the stock market does in the new week. And so potentially just for the remainder of the weekend until the stock market opens back up again, we'll likely just remain in this range here for the price of Bitcoin, bouncing between this support and this resistance. We're simply lacking momentum to either direction, looking somewhat neutral in the shorter term here. But if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, looking at the last 2 weeks worth of price action, we can still see a lot of liquidity building below the price of Bitcoin, still sitting in between roughly 68,000 to 68.7k. And usually, not always, but usually the price of Bitcoin tends to be drawn towards where there's a lot of liquidity. We saw that back here with that pump. We took out the bullish liquidity that was above the price in that situation. And then of course, with that latest dump that we saw around half a week ago, give or take, obviously we took out liquidity here right around 69,000, but obviously now we have that new liquidity in between 68,000 to 68.7k approximately, which means there's a high probability, as always, no such thing as a guarantee, but there's a pretty decent chance that within the next few days, not necessarily in the next one day, potentially in the new week, for example, after we first play out a little bit more choppy sideways price action for the weekend, maybe in a couple of days from now, it's possible and in fact likely that eventually we'll try to move towards that liquidity to wipe out that liquidity. So just keep that in mind. Once again, no guarantees, but that is a risk that we need to be aware of here in the short term. But at least in my opinion, it's likely that if we ultimately see that move, it will likely occur sometime next week if it ultimately plays out. Once again, just for the remainder of the weekend, I do expect as a very likely scenario, the price to remain now in this range right here, just for the remainder of the weekend in between this support and this resistance. Once again, support still sitting at 69,000 to 69.5K, resistance still sitting at 71,000 to 72,000. And of course, if you want to trade any of these moves or get set up ready to go to take the next trading opportunity, of course, you need to be set up ready to go on a crypto exchange. And if you use the first link below the video in the description and in the pinned comment, that first link below this video will take you to this page right here over on the 2bit crypto exchange, which by the way is a no KYC exchange and is an exchange that I personally use myself from time to time. And if you simply use that first link below the video to this page, once again, you can see on this page, there's a 3.5 million USDT prize pool currently up for grabs simply just by trading crypto using that first link below the video. And on top of that, if you use the first link below the video, but only if you use that link to make your account, there's also exclusive bonuses that you can see right here where you can get up to an extra 200 USDT onto your 2bit account, basically free money from the exchange just by simply trading crypto using that first link below the video. So obviously, if you're going to be trading crypto anyway or preparing to take the next trading opportunity, you might as well check this out, might as well take advantage of this. Once again, first link below the video. And remember, 2bit is also a no KYC exchange. But with that being said, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin dominance chart on the daily time frame, and I'll keep this very quick because not a lot has changed, not just for the last multiple days, but for the last multiple months. We've remained in this same massive sideways price range, basically bouncing around relatively sideways, which means a lot of the altcoins on average will still likely perform very similar to whatever Bitcoin does. So in other words, we're not really in an altcoin season or Bitcoin season. We're just seeing a lot of correlation across the market at the moment. And if we're taking a look at Ethereum on the 3-day time frame, once again, Ethereum is still trying to play out this oversold signal, playing out this relief from the larger bearish trend, but not necessarily fully confirming the end or the reversal out of the larger bearish trend. So it's still possible that we're in a similar situation at the moment compared to what we saw back here near the end of 2025. And so I'd only really start to flip much more bullish again for the price of ETH on the larger trend here if we actually see a strong confirmed breakout above 2.4K, above the top side of this resistance here, and actually confirm the breakout with candle closes and hold above that area after breaking out. In that situation, that will be the first strong signal finally pointing towards the end or the reversal of the larger bearish trend here. But once again, at least for now, we've not yet seen that. We're still finding strong resistance in this area in between around 2.2K to 2.4K. And if we're taking a look at the daily time frame, we could find a decent amount of resistance specifically in this area in between around 2150 to 2250. And if we're zooming further into the short term, looking at the 4-hour time frame, once again, we have this area sitting really in between around 2150 to 2.2K as a more specific area of resistance. And obviously, Ethereum, as I always say, will likely follow somewhat similar price action to whatever Bitcoin does in the short term. So obviously, over the last couple of days now, Bitcoin's just been bouncing in this short-term sideways price range between support and resistance. So of course, we've seen something similar to that for Ethereum, just in the shorter term, continuing to struggle at this resistance, but not really seeing a huge crash right now either, just kind of lacking momentum to either direction. And that will likely continue at least for the remainder of the weekend. And if we're taking a look at XRP on the weekly time frame, of course, the much larger multi-month trend is technically still bearish, but in a somewhat short to mid-term situation, of course, we're still holding above and bouncing from this major area of support here, still sitting in between around $1.30 to $1.40. And as for resistance, we have strong resistance at this Fibonacci level, sitting at pretty much exactly $1.60. And if we're taking a look at the 4-hour XRP price chart, looking at the very short-term moves, right now in the immediate short term, the price is just bouncing between this line of support based on the previous descending line of resistance, now acting as new support, sitting at around $1.43. We're bouncing between that line of support and of course course, this area of resistance, which is sitting in between around $1.45 to $1.47. And so honestly, I'll just repeat the same thing as I've been saying throughout this video so far, which is that XRP will likely follow similar price action to Bitcoin, which means expect, as a very likely scenario, the price of XRP to basically remain in this little range right here, just at least for the remainder of the weekend. And then potentially in the new week, we might see another major move, but just for the remainder of this weekend, in the immediate short term here, I do expect the price to kind of just bounce around relatively sideways between support and resistance just for the next 1 to 2 days or so. And if we're taking a look at Solana on the 3-day time frame, of course, the much larger trend has technically not yet fully confirmed the end or the reversal out of the trend, but in the short to mid-term situation, obviously we're still playing out this oversold signal very nicely here in the form of a relief, somewhat similar to what we saw near the end of 2025 entering into very early this year. But of course, more recently, we've run into this exact area of resistance, which is exactly where the prices started to struggle and reject from, and that's sitting in between around $95 to $105. So obviously continue to expect strong resistance in that area. And as for a reversal signal, that would be the area that I'd like to see a confirmed breakout above and hold above this area to be more confident that we're finally potentially ending or reversing the larger bearish trend. So for all we know, this is just a shorter term relief during the larger trends. That is still the situation on the 3-day time frame. And if we're taking a look at the short term moves here on the 4-hour Solana price chart, once again, at least for now in the immediate short term, as of recording this video, we're still struggling in this area of resistance in between around $88.80 to $90.80, give or take. So expect some resistance around this area. But if we see a breakout above that area, once again, expect a bit more resistance at closer towards $93 to $93.20 based on this short-term high and this short-term high right here. But above that, once again, we have strong resistance in between $95 to $105 as a significant area of resistance up here. And so obviously we're basically at the higher end of the range that we've been in over the last 1 to 2 months, which means this is the area on the price chart where we are most at risk of seeing the price struggle or possibly reject from around this area on the price chart. So just keep that in mind. But once again, for the remainder of the weekend, I expect Solana to follow similar price action to Bitcoin, which means, of course, it's likely we'll kind of just bounce around somewhat sideways here just for the remainder of the weekend for the price of Solana. And if we're taking a look at Chainlink on the 3-day time frame, I'm saying the same thing here as well. Once again, the much larger trend, technically still bearish. Short to mid-term situation, still playing out this relief, this oversold signal in the 3-day Chainlink RSI, but more recently run into this exact area of resistance, still sitting in between $9.50 to $10, especially that $10 level as a very important level on the price chart for the price of Chainlink, currently acting as strong resistance. So obviously continue to expect strong resistance in that area and also strong support in this area in between around $7.90 to $8.50. And overall, just for the remainder of the weekend, but in this situation, considering it's the 3-day time frame, potentially a lot longer, potentially over the next couple of weeks, it's very likely that Chainlink will remain as a very likely scenario in between this area right here, bouncing between this support and this resistance for the foreseeable future is a very likely scenario. And once again, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of Chainlink or any crypto, check out the links below this video to those exchanges if you want to take advantage of massive bonuses that are only available using those links to certain exchanges like 2bit, for example. And if you want to actually know how you can trade these moves, no matter what direction the price goes, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit using long positions or short positions during bullish or bearish price action. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit during choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.